Yeah, good pace. Not really looking to turn it too much. Good length, just forcing Lewis onto the back foot. Just out of reach for Liam McCarthy on debut. Wouldn't that have been a moment to remember? Debut in T20Is, that is. There's some good power. Slapped over middle for the second boundary of the game. Blasted down the ground. A second boundary in the over. The first maximum of the innings.
Real pressure transferred onto by McCarthy now. Sheho going up and over. He's seen enough, and he's on the attack.
Good comeback, but not the result he would have wanted, Brian McCarthy. It's a cruel game, cricket. 1 bound. Absolutely beautiful. Right on the top of the bounce there from Evan Lewis. Goes for the bounce here. This won't be out. I'm sure we'll get a cheer in the crowd. They'll forget. But it's just the single. That's a brilliant shot, because that was moving away from Evan Lewis, but he gets in a great position.
Waited on this delivery nicely to Evan Lewis. I was able to dispatch it in front of mid-wicket all the way for 6. Dominant.
It's heaved leg side, but he does have the power. He's got the distance. Another 6.
It's a little bit shorter on this occasion and a little bit slower as well, but Evan Lewis is waiting so long and so patiently.
Shayhope dances down, keeping Harry Tector interested for a very long time, but it's very short down there. Not the shorter of the 2 straights, but short.
The 6 brings up the 50. Shayhope giving himself room and advancing. Thought he just put it up in the air. He looked disinterested. Tector looked mightily interested.
You'd see him talking to the ball there afterwards. He's wishing it over the line. Smash this time. He's got all of this one down towards the play park side. It's only 58 metres there.
That is clever. Advanced ball before.
He's got the baseball bat out. It's almost like he's playing another sport here, Evan Lewis. And even more dismissive, this one going past mid-off, and it's almost like he knows what's coming at him, Evan Lewis.
And it's gone high, it has gone long, and that's another maximum.
Get off the back foot. Look at that back foot, just shuffles the offside, gives himself the room by clearing the front leg to get the full bat swing in. I think as soon as you heard it off the bat, you knew it was going.
Onto the back foot again, gets some elevation and gets another 6. This one is high, maybe a chance again. The fielder getting underneath it, but he's going to watch it sail over his head. Evan Lewis with a half century, his 13th in T20 internationals. And Evan Lewis can raise his bat. It's been a fine innings. So.
Really went for the height here. I think he would have had his heart in his mouth for a minute. It felt like it might.
Off the toe of the bat, and this is going to have 1 bounce before going for 4. You called it as well, Joyce.
It's always risky.
2 full, and the full toss is punished, and that brings up the... Lewis goes again. He stands in his crease. He knows where it's gone. It's raced to the boundary. Nicked, and that'll go to the boundary as well. That is going to be a big hit into the sight screen on the full. It's a half century for Shayhope. He goes to 50 off just 23 deliveries. Shayhope looks for the big shot. He might be out here, and he is. It's Harry Tector who holds on to the catch, and the opening partnership is broken at 122. Shayhope and Barry McCarthy has broken the partnership.
As he so often is, a wicket taker for Ireland, Brian McCarthy. Clever bowling. It was a slower delivery.
This one launched high and long, and Evan Lewis continues on his rampant way.
Given a little bit of width outside off. Just stays so still. Trusts his strength. Trusts the swing. He knows if he hits it like he can, he doesn't need to worry about the fielders on the boundary.
Lewis, that's just brute force. It's going to sail over the sight screen for another 6.
The bat.
I remember first hearing about this batter who was coming through the CPL who had a strike rate.
44.
Lewis goes again, and Dockrell can only turn and watch that go over his head. Ben White.
And again, just gets the back foot in a great position. Front leg clear.
Full of his time from White, but it's worked away, and it'll run away. Ending the over with a 4. Stumped. That is excellent. The 150 had come up with a wide previously. He bowls another walk and Tucker with a neat take and stumps the quintessential power hitter from West Indies. Powell is gone. West Indies 150 for 2. Miscues it. And Sterling gathers, takes the catch. Lewis gone for 91. And Ireland have removed the danger man. Humphrey strikes for the second time this over.
Again, good execution. Just a little bit quicker, I think, than Evan Lewis was expecting. He saw the length and thought, I'm going to heave this.
Short and wide through the field. And away for 4. Short, wide, and that's cut away uppishly, but it'll beat the fielder Rossiter.
The lights in the back end.
Hitmeyer looking for the gap. Has Dockrell managed to stop that? This might be checked, but I think Dockrell's done enough to prevent that from going to the boundary. Oh, Hitmeyer hits the shoulder of the bat. Edged and 4. Here's Ben White. Hitmeyer gets the edge and that'll be out. Ben White removes Hitmeyer for 15. He's only been around for 7 deliveries. For the edge. And Ireland have a 4th West Indies wicket. Well, the brute force goes for a deft touch and it'll work as well. Runs away for 4. Straight back over the bowler's head. Jason Holder goes big.
Good awareness from Jason Holder, stepping wide upside the off stump, bringing himself in line and being able to go downtown. A very pure bat swing.
Hit hard. Markadere is there. He's not going to reach it though. It'll race away for 4. 30 to 20. Carty goes straight again. And well, Harry Tector is there and trying to get around. It'll go all the way for 6.
This is how quickly the scenario can change. A good slap straight back. He's been trying to get those balls through the offside early in his innings. This time he stayed a little more compact.
And this will go all the way, I think. Either way, it's all the way to the boundary. Liam McCarthy. That is hit very firmly indeed by Jason Holder. And this looks to be headed towards the fielder, who takes a fantastic catch diving forward. It's Rossiter.
Full and straight from Marketer. He's changed his tactic. And Bull Adair caught.
That one is hit firmly. He's happy to watch that fly all the way over the rope for a massive 6.
This is a remarkable shot. It's not only a shot you see with high pace, but he's able to pick that up.
It was well wide, and he latches onto that very quickly with a little uppercut, and Shepherd makes it back-to-back 6s to end the 19th.
A remarkable shot. Ball before on the leg side. This one chasing it wide upside off stump. Pace off. Pace put well and truly back on by Shepherd.
Carty has got underneath this one. It's going to fly away for 6. Carty, slower ball, but again it skews away off the bat. This time away for 4. gets behind it, and there's plenty of power in that strike from Romario Shepherd. It flies away for 6.
Dangerous hitters in world cricket. It's a back of the hand. He's waited on it again, Romario Shepherd, and he spiked it over mid-wicket onto the grass banks.
Dispatched, is it? Field is coming round, but they'll watch it go over the fence. Barry McCarthy concedes 3 sixes in the final over. West Indies romp to 256 for 5 in their 20 overs. Their second highest total. They miss out on a highest total by just 2. Overs for 16, but let's take you through the batting card. The opening partnership was just superb.
Yeah, Evan Lewis, he started short 91 from 44 balls, but in tandem...
Humphreys, the pick of the bowlers, 2 for 16 for the left-arm spinner. He went at 4 and over, but in the remaining 16 overs, Ireland were a bit expensive.
Kept going from the beginning for Paul Sterling, if they're going to chase this down.
And Paul Sterling does get going from the outset. Bounces a couple of times and hops over the rope. First ball is sent to the boundary for 4 by Paul Sterling. Sterling looking to find the gap and does so. That'll race away for another 4. Successive boundaries to start for Sterling. A little wider. This is going to go away for another 4. And Sterling is gone. First delivery from Jason Holder catches the outside edge of Paul Sterling. And he's gone for 30.
Just throws the batter at Paul Sterling. That's the pressure on. Good catch from Rodman Powell as well. Good carry.
First runs that Holder concedes. And Tector will steer that to the boundary for 4. First runs and Holder's over. This one's high up in the air. Fielder gathering underneath it. And it's been dropped. It's nicely struck by Rossiter. One bounce over the rope. That's the Rossiter that we know. Straight down the ground, back over the bowler's head, and it lands about 1 inch short of the boundary rope. 4 runs. Rossiter does get his first 6 now. Cuts it away, square of the wicket. Doesn't look like there's any protection. It'll beat Romario Shepherd to the rope. Harry Tector adds another 4. He's into double figures. Ireland 47 for 1 after 5. Looking to go back over the bowler's head again. Rossiter looking to find the gap, and he's done so. It'll beat Gurukesh Murthy and go to the fence. And that is the 50 partnership. Harry Tector gets underneath this one. Evan Lewis is out there, and it lands just in front of the outstretched Evan Lewis. It'll ricochet off the fielder and go over the boundary for 4. Oh, this is a much better connection from Harry Tector.
This is a proper pick-up. He climbed into this length ball. Nice lean forward, good balance, and bang!
Into his second over. Looking to use his feet, and it goes all the way. Down on one knee, and he's gotten all of that as Rossiter.
Slow by the slot, but hammered by Rossiter. This is a ball you want to face any time of the day. They start to dispatch it.
Tector gets a lot of this. It wasn't cleanly out of the middle, but that has gone a long way for 6. Tector is excellent, a bit slightly upish off the top side of the bat.
Yeah, I don't think Tector had any inkling to keep it down. Use the pace. If it's a top edge, it still goes for...
That's a lovely shot down the ground, and Tector back-to-back boundaries, 10 off the last 2 deliveries. Oh, and that's going to be a good shout, and the finger goes up. Harry Tector gone for 38 time. It hits Harry Tector on the full.
Golden arm chase again.
Looking to get after Hussein. He's lofted it high, but that's going to be out. Lorcan and Tucker is dismissed for one.
Again, slow, wide this time. So even though he's made the ground down the track.
Well, that's worked away. And on his way. Second in the over for Akil Hussein. Backing away, creating a little bit of space for himself and working the ball to the boundary very nicely off his legs. Dockrell with the first boundary in his innings. Ireland go to 128 for 4 after 13.
So good there, George Dockrell. A tall man, got a big reach. There's another 4 of them. Good couple of balls. George Dockrell getting into his work, just pivots, helps the ball on its way. Finishes his spell with a wicket. Great catch in the deep. Jason Holder, he's been the cheerleader-in-chief for West Indies from the deep.
This is a magnificent grab from Jason Holder. First is to make the grounder, time the jump. Not much of a jump, needed at 6 for 8.
Batsman's game. Launched. It was almost like he was expecting it. Markadar, stand and deliver.
Clean strike. It is a full toss, but we need to dispatch it. And there's a nice clean sound off the bat of Mark back into the attack.
Slapped into the deep, chance taken. Good catch, and there's the dance. Great moves.
Yeah, again, wide and length is so difficult to slap balls for 6. Hetmeyer getting off the boundary. Sometimes could be a tricky catch down low.
Blasted. That one is going into the next county. Carved. And another catch in the deep on the offside. Ireland finding the fielders. West Indies finding the wickets. Big Barry McCarthy didn't come off this time.
And he chose the option of wide. Shepherd, don't think that was wide enough. But on this occasion, it was enough.
Another chance in the deep now. He's got it straight enough and all the way for 6. Markadar putting a few smiles on faces of Irish fans before this game is done.
A good striking from Markadar, showing what he can do. Something ball left in Jason Holder's spell.
That one's even better, bigger. A big blast, 2 sixes to close out the spell from Jason Holder. Helped right side. He followed him Alzari Joseph. This time Liam McCarthy stayed a little bit more still. His first max.
It was skillful, it was tactical. And this time he made contact. And then he just a top left.
Great edging. Brilliant edging. Goes over the clubhouse one side and just gets a full straight, but manages to dig it out for a single. He'll scamper through. He'll just be the one to finish out what's been a highly entertaining fixture between Ireland and West Indies. And who would have thought 194 would have been absolutely nowhere near enough to win this game. Elected to bowl first, and they weren't able to chase down an imposing target. Lots of people got going. Ross Adair, 48 for him. Harry Tefter looked good for his.
The West Indies, Akil Hussein 3 for 27. Not the best start, but a really good finish from him. Jason Holder 2 for 49.
It's courtesy of 91 from Lewis and 51 from Hope, and Carty and Shepherd contributed as well. Humphreys, Sarah thought for him 2 for 16. The best figures of the